Well, hello everyone and welcome to this video for Raid Shadow Legends. In this video, I believe it's going to be part 9 and I'm going to entitle it The Fog of War. It is part 9 to the Beginner's Bootcamp for Raid Shadow Legends. And Fog of War is it's not really just a cute title, it's kind of an apt description of where I am right now. I'm at war with myself and a lot of internal things. It looks like we've skipped ahead a couple of days since the last part that I recorded, and I don't know why. I thought I was trying to keep track of this day by day. Maybe I wasn't, but we're all the way here to day 7 of our new player rewards 2, and now we're going to collect Jizoh. So in this episode, Jizoh, we're going to collect Jizoh. So in this episode, we'll talk a little bit about Jizoh. We'll talk a little bit about plans for the future of this series. I might go into the building a clan boss team, just some overview basics of it. I haven't totally decided on that yet. I don't really have much else to talk about. I just wanted to get a video done. There are a few things I wanted to cover. So the first thing, you need to go to your inbox, and you have in one day, it was given to us 2 or 3 days ago, you have some rewards that came. I've already used one of mine. You will have 400,000 or 500,000 silver. You'll have this 400 energy, and there might have been a clan boss key, I can't recall. Let's collect that right now, just the energy. Leave the other things for now unless you're ready to use them. Don't collect these like the bag of tokens and sacrifice 5 tokens just when you have a slot of 5, unless that's all you have and you want to fill it up. Use the stuff that's expiring first. Use the stuff that's smaller first. Be very sparing and very, very careful about how you spend your resources. Save these as long as you can. In this case, if I were to fight in the arena 5 times, I would then collect this. And should I decide that I wish to fight 10 more times, then I would say 8 to 10 times. I think after 8 it doesn't matter really if you waste a couple. I would collect this. Depending on what I find in the arena, this gives me a little flexibility. Here's what I'm going to do. Otherwise it'll expire, and that's fine. But I want to make sure that I give myself the maximum amount of usage out of this that I can get. So let's see what we got. We got an XP boost for 1 day. And I believe we talked about this in an earlier video. Something I wanted to mention has changed in Raid the last couple of days, and it might have been because I was gone over the weekend, and maybe they feel that they have to get a certain quota of ads at everybody, and if you're not logging in every day and getting that quota of ads, they're going to throw a whole bunch at you all at once when you come back. I don't know. But I come back and I find out that now, every time I come to my Bastion page, I have an ad pop up. I have 2 or 3 ads pop up. I feel that there's a lot more ads popping up all over the place now. It's a lot more than it used to be. Now, I don't know if that's a general change in the game or just a response to my not playing it for a couple of days and then coming back, but just be aware of that. You might need to pause for a second or two, wait for those stupid pop-ups to show up, and then click the X to get rid of them. It wants us to look over here at the tournaments. We probably have some new stuff coming. Actually, we have a summoning event coming too. A double rates event, excuse me. So we got a champion chase and we can claim a reward. That's interesting. I wonder why I get to claim a reward on this. I guess it must have come from summoning previously. Oh, the 250 points from Jizoh. So that was good timing. So if you're coming in on this yourself during this champion chase and you collect Jizoh, you're going to get that 250 points. If you're smarter than me, though, you'll time that so that you won't collect it until that starts up. Hopefully you're going to catch it when it's there and you're following along at this time, because in the future that, of course, won't be relevant. But, keep an eye out for stuff like that. Don't make a mistake like me, just kind of slop your way through. I wasn't paying very careful attention. I'm kind of tired, as I said. I'm going to check out the marketplace real quick. We don't have much money to spend. Get a couple of those because we get points for that. We'll look at the gear here in a little while. Maybe right now it's 3-star gear, so I'm not too, it's flat stat. I don't care about that. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Let's do a little mini summoning event. Let's make sure I have enough room for it, because we do have double rates, and I can show you how that works, so that's good. We'll go ahead and go over that right now. Looks like we collected a new one. That would be Jizoh right here. Before we do this double rate, let's go ahead and take a look at our character. So this is Jizoh. Jizoh is of the Lizardmen faction. He's a defense champion. Defense champions are generally more desirable than your attack champions or even your support or HP champions. I still can't find the use for him though. His first attack is attacks one enemy 2 times, and he increases the damage as you give him skill books. I would wait and give him skill books very, very sparingly and just put it on to other better champions unless you don't have any better epics. Now he does do the shield buff for 3 turns and counterattack buff for 2 turns on one ally. Grants an extra turn of either shield proportional to this champion's defense. So the higher the defense this champion has, the more that value of the shield will be, and the greater his attack power will be. So you want to get his defense as high as you possibly can. This is a champion you might even consider putting 6 pieces of defense gear on. As odd as that sounds, if you could get a defense speed boots, defense, or defense HP, probably defense chest, and then critical damage or critical rate defense gloves, and then of course your defense weapon, helmet, and shield with any defense substat you can get there, then he would really be a pretty rocking champion as far as survivability and hitting ability. I might go ahead and experiment and try that. I've never done that with a champion. I've always just given him 2 pieces, but I might do that with this one, because what else can I do with him? I don't know right now. He has a 80% chance of placing a provoked debuff for 2 turns. This is on his 3rd attack. Places a 15% continuous heal on his champion for 2 turns. And then you get this buff debuff and cooldown going on here. Shield power going up there. His aura is increases attack, ally attack in all battles by 18%. So kind of a meh champion. You can read reviews of champions, by the way. You can get information here, and it tells you whatever this is, and you can press this, and I don't ever use this, and you can find reviews. So you can also get recommendations here on artifacts. So yeah, this is what they're recommending: life and defense, and they're doing a 4 set with 2 life. They're saying boots HP, chestplate defense of the life set, then gauntlets defense, shield defense, of course, helmet HP, and weapon attack. So yeah, use this resource. I've never really looked at this before, and it behooves me now to pay attention to this and show it to you. This is a resource that you have at your fingertips that you can work with, and it might actually help you gear up your champion a little better than you would just stabbing in the dark like I do. If you prefer stabbing in the dark like I do, that's perfectly fine too, but this is what they're recommending, and this is a resource you can look at. There's ratings here and artifacts. That's good that I showed that to you. I didn't even think about it, so I'm glad I looked at that. Okay. So we'll go over some ideas of what gear I can put on them from what I have to kind of give you kind of a realistic idea in just a second. Let's have a little mini summoning rate, a little summoning event here. So for the double rate events, you will see sometimes they'll have, or at least lately they'll have, this 2x chances right over the thing that you have the 2x chances on. And if you click on info, this will have changed. It'll be yellow, and this will have doubled essentially and gone up. So now you have a 1% chance for a legendary, which is what we're rooting for right now, a 16% chance for an epic, and a 83% chance for a rare. So we'll go ahead and we'll summon 10 of these and 1 of this, but first I need to make sure that I have the room. And I should also introduce you, I did a poll outside of the summoning rate. I used up all 3 of my ancient shards, and I ended up with this champion. And this is a very good epic that I'm now trying to upgrade and work with. She came as my 3rd of my 3 pulls, I believe it was. So I wanted to update you with who I got. I've gotten her now, and I think that's all really of note. Oh, I got these 2 here. I got this one, Fencer, and this one, Temptress. These are the first 2 that I pulled. So now you're up to date on everything that I got out of the last out of the last of my ancient shards, and now I just have the one to pull, so I can't really do a huge event for you, but I got enough slots, so let's go ahead and see what we can get here. 3, 2, 1, and let's see what we get. Crossing our fingers for a legendary. And we got screwed. And we really got screwed because this is a champion that I've already received 2 other times, and he's a piece of garbage. He's of no use to me. And that happens. Let me know what you get out of this double ancient shard, double rate summoning event. I'm curious to see. I'll do another video for my main channel where I have a few more shards, and we'll pull them and see if I do any better there. Now let's do 10 of these. And no luck here either. If you're wondering where to get ancient shards, you have a couple of places. One of them is to complete your weeklies, and then after you've done that, you got 0 of 6. Once you've done that, you can claim one here through your weekly. And you will also get an ancient shard occasionally over here at the shop. So I've got one coming in 3 days, which is probably after the event. Yep, 3 days, so I won't be able to use that. And you can also get them in the dungeons, which I might have showed briefly. If you go over here to the dungeons and you go to any of these, like the Fire Knight, Dice Golem, whatever, if you go down, you see that it drops occasionally. You can also get them in the clan boss once you have a good team and you're getting the really high-end chests. So if you're in a clan boss and you are getting these grandmaster type chests, like I'm in my other account, I'm getting the grandmaster, you will see ancient shards every once in a while show up there. So this is what I have done for my team, and this is kind of my thought process to help you out in understanding how to build a clan boss team, so you understand the general overview principles. First of all, keep an eye on the clan boss's affinity. This clan boss is of a void affinity. All the clan bosses will start, I believe, as a void, and then they will change into one of the other affinities at some point. You want to be careful that when the clan boss changes and you have special champions that are of the weak affinity to it, you need to replace those champions, if you can, with one that's strong affinity to, against. So if this clan boss was, say, of the magic affinity, affinity would be the word for it, you would want to replace any of your spirit-based fighters with a force-based fighter. Okay, so that's just kind of the general idea, but if you don't have enough champions where you have different champions that can, of different affinities that can fulfill the same role, then you'll just have to go with whatever you got, which is what I'm basically doing here. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. So I got my newest epic here in the front. She's providing a defense in dungeons by 33%, so she's kind of my livability. She does a little bit of hitting and stuff. I believe she has some things that will help with the clan boss. Let me see. Yeah, I got a heal reduction, but he doesn't heal reduction. Decreased defense is useful. That helps me there, and the increased speed and the increased attack on my champions helps. So that's kind of her contribution. She's kind of shield and some buffs. Then I have this champion. I have her strictly just for the buffs. But she does do a decreased accuracy, which does kind of help, I guess, a little bit. Oh, and she does a decreased defense. Excuse me, I forgot about that. And then she does a decreased accuracy, and then she has this block debuffs, which is useful because the clan boss used poison. And an increased defense, which is useful because, of course, you want to have that livability, and the more defense you have, the more hits you can take. Now, I've got Tree Feller here because she's my only, right now, viable, decent poisoner. So Tree Feller has this 35% chance of a 25% decreased accuracy, which I could care less about, but this here is important. This 50% chance for this weak poison, I need this. And I think I don't have her ascended yet, so I need to ascend her. In fact, I might do that before we continue. If I have enough potions, I'll go check that out real quick. And then I have this additional here, this bomb thing, which I don't mind. I mean, that's pretty good to give me a little bit of that extra damage on the clan boss. That's what she's doing. Shaman, of course, is my resurrect, and kind of she gives me that increased crit rate. And of course, my heavy hitter main starting champion here is Elhain. Excuse me, my mind fogged out for a minute. And we have this increased crit rate coming from her as well. So that's kind of what we're doing. The most important champions here are really this one, and because of the decreased defense, and this one maybe because of the buffs and decreased defense, I guess would be the best way to put it. This one's important because she does the resurrect right now to keep me in the game, keep me in the fight a little longer. So that's kind of what the theory and the thought process and everything is going on here. And because of this, I've been able to do a little more damage. The general principle you need to keep in mind with the clan boss is you want to do something ultimately called speed tuning. And you want your speed of your champions. You can Google this on the internet, so there's more information on the internet. I might put links below the video, can't guarantee that. But you want to tune your champions so that they're kind of working, I guess they're slightly faster around a certain range with the clan boss. Then you want to have, if you can have it, if you have somebody that does it, you want to decrease attack, a strong version of the decrease attack if you can, a debuff that you can place on the clan boss. And then you need somebody that can take that debuff and increase the time or the length of that debuff. So in my main team, I have, for example, I have Jareg for decreased attack, and then I have Martyr, who also does a decreased attack. Then I have Solus, who does an extend debuff type of a thing, which makes those decreased attacks last a little longer. And because of those three working together, I am able to stay in the fight longer because the clan boss can't hit as hard. And then you want some kind of a poison, which I provide in my main account through Zavia. She's my poisoner. Kale, if she's your starting champion, would be a very good poisoner for the clan boss, and I think I might mention that in the first video. But you need some kind of damage dealer that does a max HP damage. So if you have Cold Heart has one of her skills will do damage based on the enemy max HP. Any kind of enemy max HP damage or damage like poison that you can do to the clan boss, that's where your major damage for the clan boss and your points are going to come from. So you're looking for livability, you're looking for decreasing the attack of the clan boss, and you're looking for hard hits that are based off of the clan boss's max HP. And then if you can throw in a resurrect there or a healer in there, then that will help because that's part of your livability. That's a general overview of constructing a team with your clan boss. You need to look at your champions. You got to figure out what order they need to operate in. I have my buffer, debuffer, and all of that here. This is my first position, second position. My third position is my heavy attack with the poison. I might move Shaman up or down depending on how important the resurrect is. Right now she's in last, and then I have Elhain in third. Let's go really quick and see if I can ascend before I fight this, and then we will blank out and go to the end of the fight and show the results. I would like to get her ascended if I can. I have enough. I'm doing it. And I've accomplished a goal by doing that. And I can upgrade her skills. So this is excellent. I didn't realize I had this many tomes. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade her a couple of times, I think. And then I'm going to take her into the clan boss, and I should be able to do a bit more damage. But you see how this works. I don't get to control, what gets upgraded. It just upgrades whatever it wants. And the one I want is, of course, the poison. I'm going to do all of them. You can get those skill books, those beginner skill books, pretty easily, so it's worth investing in her. If I get any extras, I'll use that to book her, because she's only going to be used until I don't need her anymore. But now I know I have the best chance possible of holding up in the clan boss with what I currently possess. So let's go ahead and do a battle, and we'll see at the end how it looks. So I'm going to battle. This is my order. We're good on that. I need to rank her up next. That's the next goal. She won't live very long because she's only a 30. And this is a more powerful than easy clan boss. So I may not even need to fast forward that. You saw how I was actually at 66,000 damage, and then Tree Feller's Poisons activated, and it went all the way up to 100,000. And I ended up in 141,000 on a normal clan boss with a very crappy team here. And that just comes because I was paying attention to what I could do with my champions, what their skills are, how to gear them, how to book them, how to ascend them so they have more chance. My next bet would be to ascend her fully, and then ascend her fully, because if I can get her to 50 and get her 5 ascended stars, then I can put another piece of gear on her. Those accessories will help because I can get more crit damage and different things like that, HP and stuff. Of course, I've got to ascend Shaman at some point, but she's only here as a kind of a resurrector, and I will replace her with a healer or somebody better as soon as I have somebody, because she's one of my epics, she's one of my best hitters. Now that I have this Jizoh, I might even see how he works with the clan boss. I don't know yet. Let's do a replay. And this time I'm not going to do automatic. I'm going to do manual because I kind of want to show the steps here, what we want to do. So let's say that her first attack was going to be something that had a chance to provide a decrease attack on this guy, which I don't have, but let's just imagine that she does. So what do I have? I have a decreased defense. So I want to use that first. Now it did not apply. But had that decreased defense applied, my next attack, let's say this champion had a way to extend debuffs, and I saw that that decreased defense was up there, I would then hit that, the clan boss with that. As I did not attach that debuff to the clan boss, I would wait, and I would do that a little later. This is called setting up your fight. You do this initially until you're able to let it go on automatic, and you sometimes can do a little better damage this way. So right now I'm going to do this block debuffs. That'll prevent any further debuffs coming on. And I'm going to go ahead and throw these bombs at them. Those applied, so that's good. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do a Valley of Death. I want to hit him hard. I'm going to do this crit rate, so my next attack with the poison will hit with the crit rate. I'm going to do this increased speed and attack because I want that applied to when I use this poison. Now I'm going to put this decreased accuracy punishment of gods on this guy because we're hitting a little harder now. Now I'm going to hit him with the poison because I want to do the maximum amount of damage I can. Alright, now we're just on normal hits. And all I will do is just kind of make sure my order is where I want, and then I will let it go on automatic, which I'll do right now. And that may or may not give me better results than the last fight. It won't be very long. Okay, in this case it didn't give me better results, but it's not always consistent with the clan boss. Sometimes you do more damage, sometimes you do less. Case in point, my main account, I did 4.3 million damage. Same team, automatic, same everything, and the next time I did it, same affinity on the clan boss, it was 5.5 million. I don't think the clan boss changed affinity, but I could be wrong on that. Anyway, now you can see my total here is 252, but I won't get a reward because I have to do 910 to get a reward. I can only fight the easy until I can get up into the million range on the hits. And I was hoping that I would get a champion to help me do that in the summoning event, but that did not happen. Okay, I need to see if there's anything else to talk about. Got a Void Shard, saving that for the next double rates event. I'll probably pull 10 more of the Ancient. I will show you the outside of the summoning event, summoning event champion that I got. So this is my best pull so far. This is Frostbringer. You see her in the arena. She is a viable in-game champion as far as I know. And we've already gone over her skills. 15% chance of 100% heal reduction debuff. Well, kind of overviewed it. Attacks 3 times at random, 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns, and the target has a heal reduction debuff. So pairing her with a heal reduction champion would be very good. 30% increased speed, 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. And now you see why she's used in the arena, because she makes everybody faster. She's increasing the defense. So, well, she can't use that in the arena, so that won't be of any use. You won't see her in a head position, I don't think. And the heal reduction will help because it'll keep your enemy team from healing. And if we go to the reviews, we can see what they think of her and in the various areas and how she's doing. And you can kind of keep an eye on that. It looks like Minotaur, she is doing good as I expected. And then this is the artifacts they recommend for her, which is mostly speed and accuracy. I will see you guys in the next episode of this. I'm hoping to get very soon here to level 30, and then we'll talk about the Forge. And I think that's when we'll do our next episode, episode 10 of this. I got to come up with another title. Okay, well, that concludes this episode. Be sure to leave a thumb up if you like the video. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this or any of my other videos. Be sure to hit that notification icon so that you can be notified when any new videos are released. And leave me some comments, feedback, suggestions so that I can improve and do even better for you guys. Also, please stop by my Teespring store. I've got more designs coming over from Spreadshirt, but this is what I have here right now. I've got 3 cool designs. I've got this mask does not equal safe. It's kind of an attitude for everybody trying to make us wear masks right now. I've got this Zen saying and drawing that I did, to reach your destination, embrace the journey. I think that's really cool. I've got a poem over here. Poem says, life doesn't have to be so hard. It has a flow. Sometimes you'll drift, sometimes you'll row, but you get to choose the destination you'll go. I think that's really cool also. So go ahead and grab some of this stuff, and that will support me and help me in my continuing work at YouTube, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.